Hi, I'm Yamalite, you are watching Early Game View, and this is my first impressions of Hyperlight Drifter. In case you haven't seen this game before, it was kickstarted, I believe, back in October 2013. It was successfully funded, raising something like 640,000 US dollars while asking for 27,000, which is quite fantastic. I think this is mostly because of the incredible soundtrack and incredible visual style and pixel art. And now finally it was released 31st of March 2016, 2.5 years later, so we can jump right into the game and give it a shot. Right off the bat, I want to say that this game has two very limiting or annoying things, I guess. Number one, it runs at 30 frames per second. Very solid 30 frames per second. I have not experienced any frame drops or anything like this, but it is 30 frames per second. So you will, it feels a bit more sluggish than the 60 FPS game was. And since this is actually an action game where you will fight a lot, for some people that might be quite a huge turnoff. For me personally, it was okay. I mean, yeah, sure, 60 FPS would work much better, but 30 here felt fine, mostly due to the game being pixel art style, and it's not like super fast, so it's not, it's not bullet hell game, right? Okay, so basically we are this guy here. Your task is to kill 4 bosses and collect those 4 sets of 4 pieces over here. As you can see, I already killed 2 bosses and collected 4 sets on the north and west. I'm almost done on the east, and actually specifically went to the boss so that I can show him to you and show how the boss battles look, because I think it's pretty awesome. And basically you cannot go to the south before you clear all of those. So the game mechanics are straightforward. You have a dash button and then you have a hit button, which I can really do in a city, but I jumped to the city to show you a progression system and as well show you the way that the game explains the story and everything. So the thing is that this game doesn't really have any user interface, which I found to be really awesome, so you are pretty immersed in the world. I mean, it does have this one when I press Y or when I get hit. It's really tiny in a corner and it's purely utilitarian, which is awesome. And then this game has literally zero text aside from the starting game menu. Everything is told in pictures, so I think we can talk to this guy. And this is basically the way that the storyline is told here. So this was the story of this guy, I believe. Or maybe he told the story of some old... I'm not sure. So, and that's like the second major problem I have with this game, is it doesn't explain enough. And if it's, if it's about story, then it's fine. You can say that this is, creative pick, and it's very easy to basically figure out, come up with your own story and stuff like this. But when we're talking about the elements of the combat and UI, that can get very confusing. So for example, this is the upgrades for my sword, and here they are very transparent. So if I hit an X and A, I will dash and cut things at the same time. This upgrade allows me to deflect bullets, and this upgrade allows me to do the area of effect if I hold the X button. I don't have enough money to buy them yet, so we're gonna go and look at the dash upgrades, because the dash upgrades are a bit different. The problem is I have no idea what exactly this one does, for example. So there's no explanation, and it says press A twice. I guess it will return me back to my place. I mean, is it useful? Will I use it? I don't know. So like, I haven't figured out. This one is transparent, okay, and this one was transparent as well. It's like attack after dash. So you can do that. But sometimes there's like several places like this which doesn't really explain you what the hell do they actually do, and this is, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's mildly annoying. So let's jump back into battle, and I will show you the combat system, and then I will show you the boss, and after that I guess we can wrap it up. I mean, it's not an extremely complicated game. So what I want to say is that if you are looking for an RPG game with Zelda-like things in it, you will find it here only partially. More than anything, you will find a Souls game that is out to murder you. So you have this Really huge world. I can zoom out a bit. So this is the whole world map, and you are free to go wherever you want aside from the south, as I already mentioned, before you beat all the bosses. And you can explore. There's a lot of secrets, a lot of hidden areas, a lot of things you can find, and there are two problems with that. Number one is that if you don't like exploring, you will most likely not find all the needed money for upgrades. Number two is you will die a lot. Enemies are really, really tough. And this might be the problem for some people. Like, I personally love it. So I think we will have to go through here again to actually get to the boss. But while we're doing so, there will be a couple of very tough encounters, which we can clean out pretty fast, I hope. But the thing is that, I mean, checkpoints are more or less, I don't know, I wouldn't say they are generous, because there's sometimes it can be quite far away, but essentially once you enter the area, you will save. So there's no problem with like running from the bonfire or something like this. And there are, by the way, traps and platforming, like top-down platforming, but still. And you can fall down, you can, well, not die, you will lose your health, but it still can be, you know, annoying when the enemy pushes you off the ledge. Another problem I have with it is that this game was basically made for gamepad, and it does have, aside from the sword, ow, and I'm already getting owned. Yep, I'm dead. You can die very fast, and I'm always forgetting that I have a gun as well. So you do have a gun here, which you can shoot. But the problem is, since this game was made for gamepad and does not work very well with the mouse and keyboard, it's not very easy to aim the gun, especially during the combat, and even less so when you actually... why can't I aim it? Ah, yeah, there we go. Wait, what? There we go. Even less so during the combat. So basically, to aim it, you have to click or hold the left trigger and then use the left stick, which is used for movement, to aim. You cannot use the right stick to aim during movement and shoot at the same time, you know, slicing, which basically kind of breaks the flow of the game. I mean, the weapons, like the guns, are really powerful. You have several of them, you can pick up the new ones, and they are very useful in the boss battles and in the common battles, but this kind of aiming scheme basically breaks the flow of the combat, in my opinion. It would be way better if we could just... Ow, no. Yeah, there you go. I just jumped off the ledge, which is extremely annoying. And I'm nearly dead, so let's use a med pack. You can have several med packs that can help you survive a bit, but you can carry up to 3, and then you can upgrade to carry, I think, 4. So that's kind of helpful. I think I already collected everything in here. The main problem I have is that the med packs are spawn in very specific locations. So if you're out of them, you actually have to go and farm them, which can be very annoying. And I just got set on fire or something. What the hell is going on? There we go. Yeah, I got set on fire. Because I'm an idiot, of course. I mean, the thing I have to say is that basically, if I play and talk, I will be twice as terrible at this game as I usually am. Okay, let's pick up this thing. This is basically the currency, so you have to pick up 4 of those to gather one large coin, currency, whatever this thing is, and then you can buy an upgrade for 3 or 2 of them. Mostly they will drop from the boxes, but sometimes enemy drop them. I'm not sure when exactly that happens, and I think there was a med kit down there. Let's go pick it up, because next fight is gonna be really tough. Okay, there we go. I can pick it up. I can do that. And now we can go up here. And here's, I think, is gonna be one of the major fights. Yep, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hide here. I'm gonna shut up for a second and just fight, and let you listen to the awesome music by Disaster Piece, who you might know as the composer for the Fez. So let me just shut up and try to clean them out without dying. Or I think I'm probably gonna die right now. Let me just die and restart it, and then I'll just quietly fight them, and you will listen to great soundtrack. we go, finally. It took me only 10 tries to do that. And as you might notice, I'm almost dead. This game is by no stretch easy. So, and now we will proceed to the boss. I believe we won't meet any more enemies, so I can actually show you the boss fight where I will die really quick because I don't have any medkits and I cannot really restore my health. Let's not die before the boss, that would be the stupidest thing ever. But yeah, let's go in there and then we'll see a boss and we'll wrap it up. So the quintessence of this game is basically something like Zelda mixed with Dark Souls. This is the way to best describe it. I mean, it's not as slow as Dark Souls, so you actually have to think a bit faster, but it's not as hard as Dark Souls as well, so you can take your time a bit. We have that guy here, and we have him spawning tiny little bastards here, and he's probably gonna murder me. So the boss fights are, again, very Souls-like. You have to actually learn the patterns and figure out how they actually move to and when to attack them, so that you know you don't get instantly murdered, because if you just rush in to kill them, you will be dead really quick, which is not nice. I am already half dead, so there's no point in trying that unless I go and farm. Oh, we actually have a medkit here, which is a nice thing. But that won't save me much. I went to first boss without any medkits, and it took me like 100 tries, I think, to just kill him, which is not very nice, I think. But yeah, it's a very Souls-like game. So yeah, I guess we can wrap it up here. This is basically Hyper Light Drifter. It's very much Zelda mixed with Dark Souls. If you like the kind of gameplay that you saw, and there's a lot of combat and a lot of exploration here, then I think it's definitely worth the price they're asking for. You can get it for $19.99 or your regional equivalent, or if you get it right now, I think it's 10% off, or if you get it on Humble Bundle and you are a Humble monthly subscriber, you can get it for about $15, which is in my opinion a perfect price for this game if you like the genre. I mean, it's pretty awesome, you know. Just exploring the environments is pretty cool, and the backgrounds and pixel art is very lovely crafted. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, and as always, see you next time. Bye!